Alright, made a quick stop in Rite Aid. Let's see what they got in terms of pullbacks. It's broken off that. It's a cool BMW. Is that a 507? Yeah, we'll get that. What else have they got? Caribbean. Looks like Rite Aid's having a sale. And I just heard this location's actually closing in just under a month, so see what I can find here.
What can we do?
I keep seeing this, and I like it, so I'm gonna get that. What else we got? This Porsche. It's a shame a lot of these have broken parts on them. It's a mess. Look at that, the roof's off. It's a Lotus. It's cool. I do like this taxi. That one's broken. Let's see what we got up here. We'll get these as well. I'm at this Rite Aid location for probably the last time. Oh, look at that. It's broken. I can fix it. I don't know. Yep. Get a taxi. What else? It's missing the door. Look at that. Everything's broken. It's crazy. I can fix that. So we'll find out. All right, this is my final trip to this Rite Aid location here because they are closing in just a few weeks at the time of filming this video here. As you can see, there really was not a whole lot left here when I was over in the toy section. They still have that clearance sale going on. I'm pretty much just coming back here to get whatever I didn't get on previous trips, like this Tahoe. And this GTR kept catching my eye, but I was never getting it. But this time I got it. Really love that red that it has on there. Kind of a metallic finish too, it looks like, yeah. I also contemplated that blue Mustang that you kind of see up in the top corner there. Looks really nice in that dark blue, so I did decide to get that one as well. It's 2015 Mustang, so I got that one too. This Black Lotus I kept looking at, but I never got it, along with that one there. So I tried to figure out which one I guess looked better. And this one looks like it might be better than the other one, a slight bit. These are pretty much the only two big scale cars left here that aren't damaged, so I ended up getting one of them. All right, that's it for this location, apparently. All right, here are all the models that I've gotten from that closing Rite Aid over the past few weeks or so. I am sad to see that Rite Aid location go, but at least I was able to get these various models from there for a really good price. All the models you see here, with the exception of that green ATV thing there, are all made by Welly. In the back here, I have various big scale cars that I got from there, and the pullback cars in the front here as well. The pullback cars are various scales, usually between like 1/43 and 1/36 scale. And then, of course, the bigger cars in the back are between 1/24 and 1/27 scale. But I did get a wide variety of different models here, as you can see. And with Rite Aid kind of going down under, it seems, I'm really curious to know if anywhere else would be easy to find models made by Welly in terms of the U.S. Because Rite Aid was kind of my go-to place to get these models. And there is one location still currently in my township, but I'm not really sure how long that'll be there. It's going to be there for right now, but it was kind of convenient to be able to get these Welly models, in just a local store. You can find most of these Welly models online, but it was kind of nice to be able to get them from a store and not have to pay, like shipping and whatnot. But I was at least able to get all the models that you see here from that Rite Aid that I was going to quite a bit. We'll start with the pullback cars up here. This is a Chevy Tahoe. This is the promotional police livery from 2008. You can see it's got the GM fleet symbol on the side. And of course, the opening doors are kind of hard to get open, as you see here. And the same is going to be true for a few of the other cars. Here, there's the pullback function. It's kind of a blend of the civilian Tahoe and like the law enforcement version, because it does have like the regular wheels on it. Up next, we have this 2015 Mustang GT in this awesome dark blue. Really nice detailing with that badge back there, as well as the headlights and the taillights. More detail than the Maisto version, I would say, for sure. Of course, you see the opening doors on here as well. It does have the pullback function, like all of these other ones will too. Next, we have this Nissan GTR in this awesome red. That looks really well done. I believe it's like a 2009 model or something like that. Very well detailed for a pullback car, for sure. Has nice badging throughout. This is the left-hand drive version as well. Of course, you have the opening doors on there too. There's the pullback motor. Works quite well. Then next we have a 2017 Ford GT in this yellow with the black wheels. I actually have a 1/24th scale version, also by Welly, of the same car. This, of course, has the rising doors on it, which looks super cool. Glad Welly included those on the model. There's kind of a gap right there on the passenger side, as you see, but, for just over $3, I wasn't going to be complaining about that. And that was the sale price for all of these pullbacks that you see here. They normally would have been like $7 and some change. And then the Audi R8 is our next car here in black. I think it really looks good with the silver wheels too. The Audi symbol looks good back there, as well as the front symbol. Then you have that nice front grille as well. This is based off the facelifted version of the first gen version, I guess, of this car. I think a 2012 or 13 model or something like that. Next, we have a 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429 in this cool-looking blue paint scheme that you see here. You have the Boss 429 badges on the fenders and the nice Mustang inscription back there, and the nice detailed badging on the front and behind the rear windows as well. Quite the pullback function too. Super cool. Next, we have this London taxi cab. It's an Austin, I want to say. Yeah, Austin FX4. Love the black paint scheme on there. Very classic look for the London cab. Nice detail with the silver trim as well. And this does have the opening doors on it, the Mustang. I forgot to mention that when I showed that one. And the Austin Taxi also has the opening doors. They're kind of hard to get open with your finger because of the small windows. But the pullback motor works quite well. Next, we have a 1953 Packard Caribbean convertible in this really cool green. Love the paint scheme on that one. Nice detail as well. There is that kind of huge lump in the back seat. That's to accommodate the pullback motor. But it does have actually folding seat backs, but it is interesting to see for such a small scale model. And of course, the doors do open, as you see here. And it does have a pretty good pullback function going on too. Last but not least, for the pullbacks, we have this BMW 507 Roadster and this really nice black on black scheme with the black soft top. Was surprised to find this. I didn't know that Welly actually made a model of one of these in like their pullback line. Fantastic. Love the detail on there. Up next, we'll look at the big cars, the 124th to the 127th scale cars. The Lotus Elise is our first model here, based off a 2003 model, I think. Love the black paint scheme on here, paired up well with that kind of two-tone black and gray interior, as you see there. And the engine cover does open. It's kind of hard to tell, and I had to kind of pull it up with like the antenna a slight bit, but it does open. Nice detail on the interior as well. And the engine is pretty well done too. I didn't really show it for too long there, but nice looking model. Wally also makes this in a couple of additional scales as well. The Pagani Huayra is the next model that we have here in that really nice looking red. And this wheel was off the car, but I was able to fix it and put it back on, as you see right here. So I was very happy about that. There's a couple of paint defects too, but for $7, I wasn't going to be complaining all that much about that. I can always fix that later. This does have the opening gull-wing doors, which are super cool on both the real Huayra and on the model, for sure. Look at that. That is fantastic. That dark red just works on here. The interior is quite well done. You have the nice detailed badging and headlights and taillights on the model as well. And it does have working steering. Most of Welly's more recent releases in 1/24th scale do have working steering, like you see for the Huayra here. Awesome. Next, we have the McLaren 675 LT Coupe. The orange looks fantastic on here, paired up with the black wheels as well. Yeah, it is a 675 LT Coupe, but I just had to double check on the name there. This also came in a bright green as well, but I do love the orange on this car. It looks fantastic. Of course, that also has the working steering. Love the detail throughout the car here. Of course, you do have the opening front trunk and the opening doors as well. Super cool. Looks fantastic up on the shelf with the doors up like that. This also has the bright green brake calipers too, which does pair up well with the rest of the car. And the engine detail looks good too, even though you can't really open up that rear cover. Up next, we have this ATV thing. I don't really know what to exactly call it, but it is a pullback. Not sure who makes it or anything. Yeah, it's hard to do the pullback on the blanket here. There it goes a little bit with me pushing it along. And the pullback functions actually in the front wheels too, which is interesting. And the rear wheel does have suspension, which is cool to see. The Excite toy logo that you see there is not the model company name. That's the distributor of all these models that you see here. So I'm not sure who made that model that I just had there. But this is made by Welly, like the rest of these cars are. This is the Austin Taxi, much like the pullback version I have, although this one is painted in white. I do love the white on this particular car. It looks very nice. It kind of has like a metallic finish too. Very well detailed as well. Of course, you have the opening doors and the opening hood. The engine detail looks good for a 1/24th scale car. Lots of different details on the interior as well. You have the taxi sign, right-hand drive, of course, and the partition as well, which is a very cool touch. Love this model for sure. This and the McLaren did have some paint like scuffs on it, but I was able to get them both cleaned up, I guess I should say. Last but not least, we have the BMW Hex 5, black on black. Looks really nice with that black on black paint scheme on there. Nice badging, nice wheels as well. And it does have side windows too, which makes the doors kind of difficult to get opened up, as you see here, but I was able to do it. And the engine detail, I would say, is decently done, especially for a 1/24th scale model. Nice detail on the interior as well. And it does also have working steering too. All right, well, there's all the models that I got from that Rite Aid that was closing down. Was definitely happy to find all these, as unfortunate as the circumstances were, but I was happy to get all these for the discounted prices that I was able to find them at. Lots of different models here, different classic cars and supercars and just regular cars as well. So I was definitely happy to have stopped in there on those several trips that I took for sure. Hopefully I can still continue to find these Welly models either at Rite Aid or at different stores for the good prices that I've been able to find them at, because these are some pretty, nicely done models for the prices for sure. So feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on my finds here. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.